Good evening. Good evening. I want to thank you guys for joining me yet another Thursday evening for the In Between. I have a very special guest today, Miss LaJoya Johnson. She is the founder of Black Educated Lesbians. I'm going to allow her to give you a little bit of backstory on her, and then we're going to get into some questionings. Let's go. You ready?
Yes. Hi, my name is LaJoya Johnson. I live in Metro Atlanta. Um, I work for a health insurance company. Um, that's all I have. I don't know what else to say.
Okay. Don't worry, you get to put the plug in later anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna get right into it. I know I came across Black Educated Lesbians. I felt on a humble on Facebook,
hmm
and then I kept, of course, watching, seeing. You invited us to the summit last summer, which was absolutely amazing. It was multiple panels.
Yeah.
You anything you needed there, you could get there, which is what I love the most.
Thank you. Thank you.
With that, what was the moment or moments that made you realize Black lesbians would need a space like the one you are providing?
Ah, um, that was actually in 2014 when I started BEL. I started BEL as a Facebook group September 10th, 2014. And that was because the groups that I saw on Facebook wasn't pertaining to the topics that I was interested in talking about.
Hmm.
Um, and so that's why I created BEL in the first place, because I wanted to talk about things that matter and
Yeah.
topics that matter. Um, and it was that was the culmination of everything that has now happened and made BEL a 501c3 nonprofit. So yeah.
Okay. Um, Before BEL existed, what were your what were you personally experiencing or witnessing that felt missing for Black lesbians?
um so yeah. So I came out in, well, I didn't really come out. I was found out, I guess, in 1999.
Okay.
That was my freshman year of college at Michigan State. And I was looking to be, I wanted to find a family. I wanted to find people who understood where I was coming from. Michigan State University is a predominantly white institution. And so I didn't see that. So I was like, okay, so since I'm someone who is solution based,
Mm.
so I don't like talking about the problems. I want to help change the problem.
Okay.
So I created a, it started off at Michigan State. Everything started off at Michigan State. Um, there was a 15-year-old Black lesbian who was murdered in Newark, New Jersey. Her
Hmm.
name was Sakia Gunn. She started off all of this actually. Hearing about her murder in a Michigan Pride magazine has started um, a lot of things. The high school principal said that he did not want to do a moment of silence for her because she was a Black lesbian, and I felt like that wasn't right at all. So
Right.
I did an online petition. It got 25,000 signatures from all over the world. I submitted that with a letter to the mayor of Newark, the superintendent of Newark schools, and the principal at her school. And eventually she did get a moment of silence, but that's what started me realizing that Black lesbians are here, but we're not seen the way that we should be seen. And
Hmm.
so that was the start of everything. Um, and yeah, I'm glad that I have created what I have, It's just a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. And it's sad that you had to go through so much just to get a moment
Exactly.
of silence. It
Yes.
wasn't like you were asking for a memorial,
Exactly. I
just a
wasn't asking for
moment
money,
of
no nothing.
right, just a moment of respect to someone who
Exactly.
life was lost.
Yeah.
Um, how much of BEL is a reflection of your own journey as a Black lesbian? Of course, you just tapped on what you seen going to come,
Yeah.
but personally, for you,
Yeah. Personally, BL has given me my voice.
mm,
Every program that I have created is surrounded about by the things that matter to me the most. So
okay,
mental health, physical health, finances, of course, spirituality, and also I have the Soul Root Collective, which is about gardening and farming, things that matter holistically. Um, so yeah, that's why I've created the different things that I have, and right now I'm in the process of creating a division of interns. So these interns will have the opportunity that I didn't have in college, and many people didn't have in college, but they're able to see a nonprofit organization that helps their community, and they're working towards helping with making it better. So yeah.
okay, and that takes me right into the perfect next question. What did you need back then that BEL now provides for others?
Yes. Community, family. BL is my child. But BL creates a safe haven for people who need it the most. And that's us as professional Black lesbians. We go through so much on a day to day basis, and we need a space where we can just talk about things that matter to our community and our community only. It's not excluding people. That's not what it's about. It's about having a safe space for us as professional Black lesbians. So, yeah.
Why was it? And you keep taking me right into the next, and I love this because you kind of tapped it. But why was it important that this space be specifically for Black educated lesbians? What does that identity represent to you?
Yes. So, educated is the part that people really are like, roll their eyes to. And I'm like, I don't mean that you have to have like a bunch of master's degrees or a doctorate. I don't even have a master's degree or a doctorate. So I want someone who can hold a conversation, who talks about things that aren't vulgar and crazy. I want us to talk about topics that matter,
Yeah.
political things that are happening, the stuff that's happening with our government, the
Mm,
things that we see on TV, the lack of things that we see on TV. So that is why I call it Black Educated Lesbians, because this organization is for professional Black lesbians. So we're able to talk about certain things, such as the conference. The
right.
conference, we talk about this year is 11 different topics. So it talks about all types of things, like, but it makes you well rounded. You talk about finances, healthy relationships, domestic violence, suicide prevention, two things that we do not talk about in our community, but we have a sad face emoji when it happens.
Yeah.
We can't talk about, if we can't talk about something, how are we gonna fix it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. When you say empower, connect, and this is I got from off of your actual website.
uh,
When you say empower, connect, and uplift, what does that actually look like in real life for your members?
yes, empower, that means that you're able to empower yourself by talking to other people in your community that look like you.
Yeah.
I talked to so many people throughout the month doing collaboration meetings and stuff like this. And even when I was interviewing my interns, they were like, I wish I knew about this sooner. And
Hmm.
and the people for the that are older, they're like, I wish we had this back then.
Yeah.
And so being able to empower someone to have a safe space to talk about the things that matter to them It's so important. It's so
Yeah,
important because we all need that.
yeah.
So,
Now you touched on holistic wellness a few
mhm,
minutes ago. What
mhm.
does holistic wellness mean in the context of Black lesbian experiences?
Yes, holistic. That means it can mean a plethora of things. Like last Sunday, I had a masculine of center healing circle. That is something that I created in January for only mass presenting lesbians to talk about the things that matter to them.
Hmm.
That creates a holistic experience because they're able to talk about their issues without worrying about somebody snapping back at them,
Yeah,
someone not understanding what they mean and stuff like that. I'm
yeah.
also creating a healing circle for the older lesbians because I've realized that a lot of people aren't in relationships when they're older and they need somebody to talk to.
Yeah,
It has nothing to do with, oh, I've been with someone for so long and you're used to them. People when they get sick, they when they get older, sometimes they get sick and they need someone to talk to. So I'm also in the process of creating something for the seniors. It's called Rooted in Wisdom. That's
okay.
also going to be
I
a
like
healing
that.
circle.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You started as a Facebook group in 2014. What made you realize this needed to become a movement and not just a community?
Woo! That happened in 2021. That was an amazing experience. I received a DM in my Facebook Messenger asking me to be a part of an ad campaign, and I thought it was fake, and
Hmm.
I was like, huh, what? And so I clicked on it. I talked to her. I talked to people, the owner of the production company, and it was real and it happened. And I was a part of an ad campaign for Facebook, and it was during Women's International History Month, and that ad actually is still up. So that is what started it, and then later on that year, I was able to be a part of the Pride campaign that they were having. Two of my Facebook groups were a part of that. And then I received word that I was going to be featured by a known Black lesbian artist who was creating a song that was going to be displayed on the BET Awards.
Oh,
So that is,
awesome.
yeah. So that happened. A lot of
Yeah,
stuff happened in 2021. It was
yeah.
amazing. Um,
And that was during COVID.
Yes, exactly. So I was like, yeah, this needs to be more than what a Facebook group can do. And so, yeah, that's when it
Okay.
started. Yeah.
Okay. What were some early challenges you faced in growing BEL into a national nonprofit?
Whoo. Um I'm still dealing with it now.
Okay.
And I would say it is engagement. I know my community needs this.
Yeah.
However, it is hard for me to find people to engage in the programming that I'm doing. Um, and I think that's because they don't know about it, honestly.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
people that do know about it have a lot of stuff going on, and I get that. But our community needs these services and these events. However, they can't continue if I don't have support.
Yeah.
So that is the hardest part, to get engagement and support.
It makes sense. How did you stay committed when building this? How did you stay committed when building this may not have been easy or fully supported?
Um, yeah, I prayer is the short answer. Prayer is the answer. Um, and this may sound crazy to some people who don't understand it, but I'm a preacher's kid, and I know that me creating BEL was my God given purpose. I
Yeah.
know that, and it started in 2014. It is morphed into a 501c3 process, organization 11 years later. A lot of organizations like mine can't can't withstand that long because of the things that are going on in this world.
Yeah.
And I am a very determined Scorpio to make sure that regardless of what I go through, it is going to continue to happen. So I would say prayer is the short answer, but the long answer is just keep working at it. Keep working at
Yeah.
it every day. And if I need to stop and take a break, I stop and take a break. So
Okay.
yeah.
Why was economic empowerment such a core pillar for BEL?
Mm, because of my own struggles with finances.
I love
um,
honesty. I love honesty.
I don't sugarcoat stuff. I'm really transparent. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the things we don't talk about. But
Mhm.
then people are like, how do you get this done? It's not by paying for a 29.99 ebook. It's about you being with your community and gathering information that you need. So
Mhm.
I'm in the process of a lot of stuff. Uh, but I'm in the process of creating a 6 week long financial literacy program called Secure the Bag. And
Okay.
each week is going to talk about different financial literacy things that we need to focus on. The first week is your financial mindset. Where is your head at with money? How did you learn about money as a child? That's where it starts.
Mhm.
And then you incorporate the things such as credit and investing and making budgets and stuff like that. So that is in the process of being done. Need funding, but it is something that's going to be virtual, so it's available to anyone who has access to the internet, and it's just a way for me to give back to the community. But it's also a way for us to learn that we are all going through stuff,
Yeah.
and especially finances, especially right now, and it's okay. That
Yeah.
is okay. You can get out of it. And
Yeah.
if you need help, I'm able to provide the help with this class. So yeah.
What barriers do you see Black lesbian women facing when it comes to wealth, leadership, and access?
Ooh. Wealth, leadership, and access. Visibility
Mhm.
is I would say the number one word answer. Because you people cannot be what they don't see.
Yeah.
Um, just like African American young boys, they don't really see African American male teachers, so they
Yeah.
don't think that they can be one, but you can.
Yeah.
Wealth and legacy is something that is so important in our community, and so that is why I'm trying to build these different programs so
Mhm.
we're able to see that we're here. And honestly, I am going to create another thing. uh, my goal is to create my own podcast,
Yes.
called it's going to be called Unapologetically Us. And it's going to be me interviewing professional Black lesbians.
I love
And
it.
yes, and it's a way for visibility to be seen in a positive way. In
Okay.
the media, we don't see positive Black lesbian
Mm-mm.
relationships, people, none of that.
No.
And so I wanted to create a platform where we can see that on a daily basis. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. I do. And plus the fact that you're doing your podcast, because I've been waiting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
What does sisterhood mean in BEL? And how is it different from other spaces?
Because it's honest and it's true and it's transparent. It's very transparent. I believe that if I'm going to say the word sisterhood, I have to first act that way.
Yeah.
I have to be the leader that shows up in times where sisterhood is needed. It could be bad times where somebody
Mhm.
just passed away. You could have had a disagreement with a sister last week, but you see a post that she's sick or that she's having a bad day. You reach out to her and say, "What can I do to help you?" It's I believe in being true and authentic and just real.
Yeah.
Like if things are bad, say they're bad. and reach out to somebody. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm right here. I'm a
Yeah.
message away, a text message away, email, a DM away, and people know that. So yeah.
Okay. What legacy do you want BL to leave behind for the next generation of Black educated lesbians and even Black lesbians that don't know they can be educated?
Yes, that is everything. Like I want people to know that anyone that is a that represents themselves as a black lesbian can be a part of BEL. Like all you have to do is just show up and be a part of the different programming that we have. Not all of us are experts in everything,
Right.
but we can find an expert within BEL to help us guide us to where we need to be. So I think that that is so important because people send me messages saying, well, I didn't graduate from college. Girl, I don't care about that. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't
Yeah.
mean you can't be a part of BEL. BEL is about family and community and making sure you uplift someone else and recognize the people that are in your own community already that
Yeah.
need to be seen.
Yeah. How do you ensure this community stays safe, affirming, and accountable as it grows?
By growing slowly, by growing but slowly, and making sure that people realize that I'm not out here for clout, I'm not
Yeah.
out here for fame, I don't even care if you know my name, honestly. I just want you to know that BL is a professional organization that makes sure that black lesbians are seen in a positive light. That is the thing that matters to me the most.
Yeah.
You don't have to know my name, that's fine. I like being in the background anyway. Um, but that is the most important thing. That is the legacy I want to leave. BL help someone um, realize that they're not alone while they're struggling with breast cancer. I have mass presenting lesbians who one just led the healing circle. She felt so good after that healing circle that she wants to do it again
Yeah.
because she didn't realize that there were other people like her who were having the same issues like her.
Yeah.
That's what I want BEL to be. I want us to learn about finances. I want us to learn about the things that can help us in our relationships. A lot of us are in unhealthy relationships. We need to get out of those relationships and realize that that pattern that we're having is something that we can control and that
Mhm.
we need to change.
I agree.
So,
I
yeah.
agree. What would success look like for BEL if everything you dreamed of came to life?
Woo! Well, I would not have to work a full time job.
Right. Right.
BEL would be my full time job. I would be able to be an executive director that is paid. That is my dream. That has been my dream since 2024. Um, and I want people to realize that BL is about helping the community, but it's not about excluding people.
Yeah.
Like I'm creating right now the first ever Metro Atlanta LGBTQ health and wellness fair. That's something that's never happened in Metro Atlanta. And I
Yeah.
want people to know that, yeah, my organization is for professional black lesbians, but I can create an event for the whole community, and that's what I want BL to be known for. We do have our sacred space for our conference and our other events, but we also want to give that back to the LGBTQ community in whole. So yeah,
I love that. I love that. Please keep me informed with that.
I will.
Um, in closing, if a Black lesbian woman is watching this right now and feels isolated, what would you say directly to her?
I would say, sis, send me a message. I would honestly, that's what I would say. I want everyone to know that regardless if you're in Iowa, in Africa, in Mexico, that BEL is available. We are all over, and that's why I wanted BEL to be something virtual. It's not just Georgia based. It's
Yeah.
only Georgia based because I live here. I physically live here, so our address has to be for Georgia.
Right. Right.
But we have virtual events on purpose so other people are able to be a part of it. Again, last weekend, I had someone tap in for the healing circle that lived in Montreal. So we need to realize that we aren't alone. But if you
Yeah.
feel that way, to hit me up, and I'll welcome you to the BL family.
What do you want people to truly understand about? I hate this feedback. What do you want people to truly understand about Black lesbian women that society often gets wrong?
Lord, so much,
I
so much,
know. I
so
know.
much, so much. The stuff that you see on TV is altered, is one person experience, and it's usually negative to get ratings on TV.
Mhm.
It is not real. There are so many black lesbians doing the work in these
Mhm.
corporations. They have their own company. There are so many people who are in these banks making decisions for us that don't know that they can be out and talk to other professional black lesbians and it
Yeah.
not be about drama. It's not about that. We are not about drama.
Yeah.
We want the same thing that every other community wants: success, happiness, and peace. Peace is the number
I
one
agree.
thing.
I agree. I agree.
So, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And personally, my last question before you flow it out. And personally, what has building BEL taught you about yourself?
Ah, that I actually can do a lot. I realize that this brain of mine is able to manage a lot of tasks all at once, but I also have realized to take time for myself. This movement cannot continue if I'm not around, and I want to make sure I'm around as long as possible so
Yeah.
I can set the foundation for all the things that I'm creating and then be able to pass it on. But I am realizing that self-care is super important.
Hmm.
It's something that I really need to work on, but it's also helping me with speaking out, especially on this podcast right here. I'm a behind the scenes person, but when I talk about BEL, I light up.
Yep, you
So,
do.
uh, so yeah, it taught me a lot. But yeah, and I'm still learning. So yeah, yeah.
Now, this is where you tell all the viewers that'll be watching everything you need them to know about upcoming events, where they can donate, where they can find you, and then the floor is all yours.
Thank you so much. So the best way to contact me would be admin at blackeducatedlesbians.com. I can provide you with any link, anything that you need. Also on social media, on our Instagram and TikTok, our name is black.educated.lesbians. We also have a YouTube channel from for our previous virtual events, and you can just type in Black Educated Lesbians and it'll pop up. And yeah, yeah.
Now, when is the event the event for this year?
Okay, so the health and wellness fair is May 16th here in Metro Atlanta, between 12 to 4 p.m. But then our third annual BEL conference is September 18th to 20th here in Metro Atlanta. Again, next year we will be in Chicago. And
Okay.
I will announce where our welcome reception will be in Chicago, and it's gonna make all of y'all shocked. I'll say that.
Okay. 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 Well, I plan on again attending this
Yay!
year, but hopefully be able to do the whole entire thing, not just the come in on the one day.
Uh-huh.
But I did not want to miss it because, like I said, I have been following you since you across my page. I love what you're doing. I love the community that you're building for Black lesbians, whether you've been one, whether you're new to it.
Exactly.
It felt like a great, safe place. Everybody was welcoming, friendly. It was connections made,
Yeah.
um, and which is that's the most important thing is connection,
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
then you connect and you connect and it builds and it builds and it builds. And like again, uh, I mean beyond positive events. So if anybody is in the area in September, if you're not in the area and don't mind to travel in September, it would be your best interest to go and support LaJoya Johnson with Black Educated Lesbian, the conference. It is going to be from the 18th to the 20th in Metro Atlanta. I promise you, you will not regret it. It will be worth whatever you had to go through to get there. We literally did a turnaround trip. We drove in and drove right back out just so we could be there. And just that one day was delicious. So I can only imagine what the days prior was.
Yes.
And everyone I've talked to that that's associated with the conference had nothing but positive things to say about the days leading up.
Awesome.
Um, as we close, I want to thank you for coming into the light, not being in the back, because it's where you belong. This is how people will see you. This is how people know what's going on. You have a charming smile, a charming laugh. I love your laugh. And you have a lot of great things that you're creating for people that may not have would never know, because everybody don't have the resources. Everybody don't have people in their family. We had a guy here on the news. Now his statement was wow, but I understood what he was saying. He was asking how are we going to teach them to read if nobody in the house can read.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with communities. If
Exactly.
nobody knows how to get wealth, how to be successful, how to
Ex-
have healthy relationship, how to heal
Exactly.
unapologetically,
Yes.
they would never know. They're going to continue to go in the same circle. But with
Exactly.
your community and what you're building and what you do and what you're building and every idea that you have is going to flourish. And I want
Thank,
to challenge you to continue to be the light that you are,
thank
the foundation for the foundation,
you.
and to not be in the background too far because you have to be seen.
I know.
And I thank you for taking your time out because I know you got a lot going on. You're planning a lot of things, you're creating a lot of things, but taking this time out to grace my segment in Swag Her magazine, I love you
Thank you.
beyond the
I love you
moon and
too.
in real life. And
Thank
when
you.
I say real life, that's real.
I
In
know.
real life, okay? Um, and yeah, I cannot wait for this to air. Did you tell them how they could donate?
You can donate by going to blackeducatedlesbians.com. That's our website
Mhm.
/ donate. Yeah,
Okay.
our
Yeah, we can't forget
website.
that. Can't forget the
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Uh-huh. So guys, thank you for joining in again. Please write down everything that she said. Go read it, look at it, sign up, join, donate,
Yes,
because she's
donate,
building
donate,
something.
donate. Yes,
Donate. She
yes.
is building something for us to have a safe place. But everything in this world takes finances,
Amen.
and you cannot do it just by a wish and a prayer. Okay.
Exactly.
So please donate. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or
Amen.
thousands of dollars. It's a
Exactly.
donation.
Amen. Yes.
And
And it's tax deductible too because we're a 501(c)(3). Yeah.
period. They're gonna plug. See, they're gonna plug. And remember, this segment right here lets you know that you are loved, you are wanted, you are appreciated, and most of all, you are seen. And there is a place for everyone. Your status and education does not matter. What
Amen.
matters is you having a safe place to be who you are. So please join me next Thursday. Again, same time, 7 p.m. And do not forget, donate, 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 donate.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.